up right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the North American Star League season number 4. We're over here in Game 5, where viOLet is up 3-1 over his opponent, Sortof. It's only one more game for him to win to advance to the Grand Finals, the finals of the Grand Finals.
And you know, when we were seeing Hero versus Pult, it was 3-1, and we saw Pult deliver 2 more incredible games. Does Sortof have it in him, or has viOLet already psychologically thwarted him? We're going to head into Game 5 right now. It's on Entombed Valley with close positions. It's the last match of the night, or will it be?
Will it be?
All up to Sortof, guys. Let's head into it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the bottom left-hand corner, he's currently down 1-3. He is from Western Wolves. It is Sortof.
And in the top left, he always appears to be a beast, and no matter what the occasion or what the matchup, can he get to a back-to-back major tournament finals, hot off the heels of a second-place IPL 5. It's time to cheer for Azubu's viOLet.
Sean, I think Entombed Valley is going to be a fantastic map for viOLet. I feel like the third position is just wonky. It's not standard. It's not like Ohana or Daybreak or anything else.
Yeah.
And with that, you know, you're going to see very interesting builds coming out from viOLet, and that's where he's going to shine the most, when it's his game. Now, the whole goal of Sortof is to take his 3 base pretty much unopposed. But if he can take his 3 base, play his style of game, that's where he's going to shine the most. But it's when viOLet is the one that's, you know, really predicting where the game is going to go, that's where things just go horribly wrong at that end game stage.
Really fortunate for viOLet to be able to step in here and see exactly what Sortof's doing.
Yes.
Sortof, again, playing standard, straight, and to his practiced form, but viOLet going, oh, all right, I'm going to go hatch, gas, pool. It's a little tricky if my opponent does somewhere between a 6 and a 10 pool, but other than that, it's very straightforward, and we've seen viOLet kind of leap to an early lead again and again and again. Still no gas coming out of Sortof. He's just now taking it.
That's right, and I really favor viOLet's build so much more. I mean, as I said, you're having your cake and you're eating it too. You're able to get that metabolic boost out so fast, which gives you the speed, it gives you map control. Also, you have more larva than your opponent. When you have more larva, obviously more stuff, more income, more units. Whatever you want to have, viOLet's in a great position over here, as he will get double queens pretty soon as that spawning pool finishes. But I just love early speed in any ZVZ.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the earlier your speed is, the more defensive your opponent has to be. We see this cute little 2-lane push-up by Sortof, where he's going to try to kill off at least a non-zero amount of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, we will end up seeing the speed and Baneling Nest be behind yet again from Sortof, which encourages him generally to build the Spine Crawler, which viOLet exploits by getting slightly earlier late. viOLet just knows advantage every time.
That's right.
All right, my vote's on blue.
And now the chase.
Well, looks like a non-zero amount of stuff did once again happen. But I'm feeling very good for viOLet in this position. He hasn't yet built any Baneling nest. He might go for the 530 layer.
Definitely so. He did take off a drone from Gas, so he has a lot of options right now. I think he's just reserving himself the ability to do whatever he wants based on what he sees from his opponent. The scout did go on. Let me go ahead and check viOLet's cam real quick. He didn't see the Baneling nest coming up, so he still has to scout out his opponent in a little bit. He will probably do that once 6 minutes pushes out. You can see this is generally when you want to get a lot of Zerglings because Metabolic Boost could potentially finish for your opponent. I don't know if he actually scouted to see if his opponent was capable of something like that.
Oh, layer coming up earlier for Sortof. Zergling speed now bolting down to the bottom side, and how pressured do you feel as Sortof in this situation? Do you feel like you need to get a spine crawler? It's only one Baneling getting morphed. Oh no! Oh no! Is he actually going to get it? And he does! Oh my God!
Sean, this is so bad.
A simple little attack from viOLet catches Sortof completely off guard, and per usual, viOLet's going to go straight for the drone line.
Yeah, and what does viOLet do off of this? He's just teching a lair. This is not supposed to do a lot of damage. This wasn't supposed to do any damage. It's just to feel your opponent out. Exercise that early speed. Force Banelings out, if possible, to delay, potential lair tech, potential even roaches if you're going to see a one-base all-in. But getting that much damage done, the full scout, everything was perfect for viOLet, and he can make the absolute best decisions early on in this game.
And now we're seeing Sortof again make the proclamation, I trust my style.
Yes.
I practiced it in and out. I went 3-0 against Hyun with this style. He's knocking down his rocks to prepare himself for this Infestor Roach play, and I am thrilled, absolutely smitten that we are seeing this Mutalisk versus Roach play. Where on earth is that spire? I see.
Checking the map to see if it's like proxied
I
somewhere.
found
there it is.
It's in one of the most obvious places to build it.
The blue. It's
There's the speed coming up. viOLet continuing to try to engage. A couple more Banelings of his own. And I like this pressure. It's continuing to keep viOLet honest.
Yeah, a couple trades over here. Will viOLet get ahead? Oh, wow! Again, picking off some Banelings. This is so risky, in my opinion. But he's really playing and rolling the dice a little bit. He doesn't know when those Banelings will finish. And look at that. His Audacity is going to give him the advantage over here. The third base most likely will be canceled yet again, but Roaches are on the way out, but this is just too many Zerglings. The hatchery is forced to cancel. Roaches make it over here, but again, after again, after again, viOLet has been punishing this defense. The way you defend your third base with Roaches, it's a lot slower, it's a lot stale, it's a lot more stale, and it has a lot of flaws in it.
Well, after some intense micro bouts, we finally see that over in camp, viOLet, the Mutalisk, the defense is slow. Again, viOLet is just getting every edge possible. He might be able to close this out with 4 straight wins. Now everything is all back onto Sortof. He's going to have to build extra spores. He doesn't have a third hatch.
Now, what's nice is that Infestors are on the way out, but it's still very difficult to deal with the Mutalisk. Just them being out on the map is a big problem. And there are potential timings where, you go take your third base, you think you're fine because you have your Infestors out, but no, you send the Mutas forward, and Roaches are all behind that. And these Infestors that you're banking on defending everything, really, you don't have the capacity to do that because you have such a limited amount of Infestors off of only 2 base, off of only 4 gas. It's really not enough to handle some sort of huge all-in, especially when Mutas are putting so much pressure on those Infestors since they can fly directly over them.
I mean, what do you do now, Andre? You don't have any creep spreads, so you can't get spore crawlers over to this third base. You don't have a Hydralisk den. I mean, I've seen Life go straight for the Hydras and try to keep the hope alive with those, and also to conserve Infestor energy, or do you rely purely on the Infestors for the defense?
I mean, you have to drop creep. I think that's really the only way. Drop creep with your Overlords, and then try to build spore crawlers over there. But this is really indefensible, in my opinion.
Wow, right now, viOLet up to 6 gas geysers, sort of desperately trying to get geyser number 5 up, but I mean, viOLet is not going to allow that to happen anytime soon.
Yep. And I love what we're seeing, just sharking around, saying, hey, I have mutas out in the field. Anytime you could just split them up, go directly on top of those infestors, waste all of that energy. And you can see Glue Reconstitution. Not only that, Infestors on the way for viOLet. He has a much better economy than his opponent, and he can definitely exercise that to deny the third base.